Donald Trump returns to court tomorrow for his hush money trial, and prosecutors will call their star witness, Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen.
As WGN's Sean Lewis reports, Cohen was key in Trump's previous efforts to sweep stories under the rug.
On Monday, the key witness for the prosecution takes the stand, Michael Cohen.
This is a person who is a central witness. He was very close with Donald Trump, his fixer.
For more than a decade, Cohen served as Trump's personal attorney and fixer, who made arrangements for Trump on certain matters. One of those matters, prosecutors say, was paying off Stormy Daniels, the former adult film star. Just last week, jurors heard from Daniels, whose real name is Stephanie Clifford, about the affair she says she had with Trump in 2006.
I moved on her like a but I couldn't get there.
The payment, coming after the leaked Access Hollywood open mic moment, rocked Trump's 2016 presidential campaign. Cohen made the $130,000 payment to her and another payment to Karen McDougal to buy their silence about an alleged affair. It's expected that Cohen, who's already served time in prison for matters including those hush money payments intended to influence the 2016 election, will testify about the payments, who gave the order to make the payments, and the crime the former president is accused of in this trial, making his repayment of that hush money to Cohen to make it look like legal expenses.
To date, this whole process has ironically energized the base of Trump's political support, raised him a bunch of money.
Got a great group of people with us, an incredible group of people.
The former president using the trial at a rally in New Jersey Saturday night to gin up his supporters, as some are already looking past Cohen this week.
The real story is, does Trump testify?
You plan to testify in your trial in New York?
Yeah, I would testify, absolutely. It's a scam. I'm testifying. I tell the truth. I mean, all I can do is tell the truth.
Just a month ago, Trump said he would.
Who believes that he didn't pay hush money? And if he has to testify and lie, that would be perjury. That's a different ball of wax, not only for Trump's opponents, but even for his supporters.
But the trial is not about an affair.
It's about the documents and not about the sexual relationship that happened 11 years prior.
What's relevant is the documents and the fact that had those documents come out, had that story come out in 2016, it could have altered the outcome of that race.
One thing is for sure, and that is that you will see Michael Cohen being hammered by Donald Trump's defense team on the question of credibility. Over the past several weeks, Cohen has been on social media hammering Donald Trump. The judge has told him to stop doing that. It'll also be the second time in the last several months that Michael Cohen has come face to face with his former boss. Just in February, he testified against Donald Trump in the civil fraud trial in New York. In that case, Donald Trump was found liable in order to pay more than $350 million. In the newsroom, Sean Lewis, WGN News.